We went over the players the Detroit Lions have had tryouts for today. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be activated to the roster. Who's to say they could be part of the 69-man roster?
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe they activate to the practice squad. But there's a gentleman out there who's made Pro Bowls. Has he made All-Pro?
I don't know.
Za'Darius Smith. That's who we're talking about. Guy came through for you. I think he led the edge room sacks following the departure of Hutch. Led them for damn sure pressures with 34 of them. Coming through after like week 9. Skipped the game, by the way, too. Did not play. I think it was the Colts game he sat out.
Two-time All-Pro.
Two-time All-Pro.
Yeah.
Who is, I'm not going to say a staple of Detroit. He's only been here 1 year, but he's dating one of the I don't know what you want to call her.
Premier.
A princess of Detroit, would you say?
Yeah.
Premier.
Royalty. Detroit royalty.
Yeah.
Detroit royalty. He's been embraced. He's embraced the city.
Yep.
He bought himself a Detroit Lions like Super Bowl ring of some sorts.
He did.
And for some fucking reason, he, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they cannot come to any type of agreement to roster him on this team to help you win a goddamn Super Bowl. I love Brad Holmes. I really do. I love Dan Campbell. Tyler Lacey's not going to do it for you.
Yeah.
Marcus Wheat is not going to do it for you. You have a guy that, again, was productive for you last year without Aleem McNeil, without Aiden Hutchinson, and you're good. Are we playing a long game? I'm trying not to, I'm really trying not to crash out because I could talk myself through it too. I really could because okay, well, who else assigns Za'Darius?
Nobody.
That's very fair.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, is it because he only wants to sign here? That's the part that pisses me off too. He's been very upfront about wanting to return to Detroit.
Yeah.
From the ring to quite literally the words coming out of his mouth.
Soon.
And then this happened today too. Dan Campbell's on the flagship, his weekly segment they're going to have, whatever.
Paid video. And
then they're going to ask him. They asked him, hey, what's going on with Za'Darius Smith? And this is what he had to say.
And we asked you about the edge last year around the deadline. You add Za'Darius Smith, and it looked like he gave you guys a boost. What's the best explanation for why you guys didn't bring him back for this season?
What's the best explanation?
The reasoning or the rationale or why you guys came to that conclusion?
Well, we're good right now. I mean, we're pretty good here. We got Davenport. We got good depth. I like what we got interior, too. We got a lot of flexibility, and we're sitting pretty good right now. So we're ready to go, man.
That does not make sense.
We're not. We're not.
I don't think they are.
We're not. We're just not. I won't be fooled. I won't be tricked. I won't be gaslit. None of those guys outside of Davenport and Hutch, maybe AQM, are better than Za'Darius Smith.
AQM's not.
Not at all.
I don't even know if Davenport is.
The other part that pisses me off, too, I don't know if you have the photo, Chris, but then shout out to Doc. I do love the Doc, and I appreciate the Doc very, very much. Obviously, he is an internet-based business, and he has to get his traffic on.
Mm-hmm.
So from that bit, the part that Doc decided to report that got picked up by us, I'll admit, and other outlets, was a part where he said, we're good. So then, Detroit royalty, Ms. Cashdow, saw that, and she says, hey, Coach, on her Twitter or on her Instagram, we're good. And posted photos of her and Za'Darius Smith out in Jacksonville, Florida, doing God knows what, concerts and other stuff that we may know about.
Please, we're not good.
Like that feels like a little divisive there.
Oh, it's interesting.
And it wasn't even like a word. Dan came in and said like we're good, like we don't want him. He's kind of somebody you kind of had to say in this situation. Like
we're good right now.
Yeah,
with their edge group.
But obviously he got miscrewed, and now it still feels like we're gonna lose the Darius altogether. That's where I'm like crashing out a little bit. And I love the Doc. This is the Doc's fault.
Yeah,
this is the Doc's fault. I love you, Doc. You know this is your goddamn fault. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think a team that doesn't sign players that played a lot of snaps for them last year and goes out and signs defensive ends off of worse teams getting cut to their active roster is good with their group. I don't think you go out. I don't think you release a Dan Skipper in order to sign a Tyrus Wheat if you're good with what your edge group looks like. I don't think having 3 edges that are worth a shit is good. I think you need more than that. I think we were shown last year that, like Dan Campbell said, depth is important. Quality depth is important. I don't consider Tyrus Wheat depth. No offense to him. Hopefully he proves me wrong. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't know.
I don't see it at all. This is straight gaslighting in my eyes, but you're gaslighting a fan base that will accept it for some reason. If Dan Campbell says it, it's the truth. I disagree with this wholeheartedly, that they are putting all of their eggs in the Marcus Davenport basket. He has missed 28 damn games the last 2 years, boys. I don't want my Super Bowl success to go on a guy that has missed that much time in the NFL the last 2 seasons, and so much more beyond that. But even just the last 2 years, that's the sample size I'm giving you. They trust this guy with their Super Bowl run. That's as simple as it is. And I just wouldn't have that kind of trust in a guy in Marcus Davenport. I would want the security of having Za'Darius Smith here. Even if he's not your starter week 1, I certainly think he would be week 5 when Davenport goes down with a bad ankle or whatever it may be. To have so much faith in Marcus Davenport, I think it's just the totally wrong way to be going around this. And I think they're going to end up regretting it, to be honest. And that sucks.
Like I said, I can't fully crash out until I see Za'Darius Smith sign with another team, because then it's truly over. Because if he's still out there, if he's still hanging out, and God forbid Marcus Davenport misses some games, which is kind of, conducive to who he is as a player, Za'Darius will still be out there, and then you have to get it done. Then it forces your hand to get it done, and that plays into his factor. But like you said, we have inside information of a source that is extremely close with Za'Darius Smith telling us it's not about the term, it's not about the locker room not wanting him, it's not about these coaches not wanting him. It is about the amount of money that Brad Holmes is offering is not enough to what Za'Darius expects, and I could not see him asking for more than $10 million a year.
Let's pay him to plant some trees,
Could we? That's what I'm saying. Can we put him in the Ford factory for a week and then give him $6 million and say that he earned it? Shout out Dave Ballmer, Steve Ballmer.
It only pissed me off, Spinny, because and again, we have all season. I admitted this myself too. It could be something that happens like week 5. It could happen right before the playoffs, like an Eric Weddle situation. It could happen at any point. I shouldn't be crashing out, but it just feels eerily similar to 2 years ago when you had the trade deadline, and it felt like Brad was shopping the deadline too, like for an edge. He sounded pissed off at the presser afterward, and it did sound like he was shopping for another guy and just didn't get what he wanted or wasn't willing to pay what what was asked for. But it felt like 2 years ago when we missed out on a Chase Young and other names were going around that trade deadline that I felt like could have helped took you over to the top, and you would have went to the Super Bowl. Because we had the NFC Conference Championship game without a goddamn defense. We had the NFC Conference Championship game with one of the worst secondaries.
With a 21-point lead at halftime.
If you had another edge, would that have helped?
I don't think Brock Purdy would have been running all over you.
If you had an extra edge getting after the quarterback, could that have helped? Kendall Vildor? Probably. And it feels I don't know, man. This window isn't forever. I know we like to think that way, that it is. And obviously Brad's tremendous at drafting, but nothing is ever fucking promised. Last year we were set up to win the Super Bowl. We were one of the Super Bowl favorites.
And everybody died.
We learned quick. It's not promised because shit happens.
Yeah.
It's just going to continue to happen. It just feels like we're not taking this opportunity to win a championship right now seriously at all whatsoever.
Yeah. Jeff Homan in the Woodward Sports Chat with a super chat.
Shout out.
He says, what the fuck is the issue with not signing Z Smith? Saving a few bucks when it's a clear need is unacceptable. And I think we agree with that as well.
I'm with you,
Like I
Jeff.
said, though, I'm not freaking out until he signs a contract with somebody else. Then I'll start crashing out for real. But as of right now, it's still on the table. Dat Boy Roy, too, says, I think
Shout out.
They will re-sign him after week 1, so it's not guaranteed money.
I'm not familiar how that works, but if that's the case, that'd be sweet.
That could be what they're doing. It could be they're waiting until after week 1, so then it's all incentives and different things like that. We'll see.
But again, the part that fucking sucks is now you pissed them off.
Yeah.
Now you got wifey up there yapping, no, we're good. And hopefully they see the actual fucking clip of what was actually said, There's a lot of context missing in the "we're good" statement that's floating around by us too. By the way, too, we're guilty of it as well. But we were going off of what we saw on Twitter first, and when the doc posted. I'm not gonna lie.
This is not on Doc. Come on. We can't put this on Doc. This
Cashtal's
is on
caption is
Dan
100%.
Campbell.
Cashtal's captions on
But
doc.
this is
100%.
on Dan Campbell for saying this on the radio. He knew he was going to get that question probably. This is all Sports Talk Detroit is talking about, fellas.
So it's on
Every
Jim
single
Costa.
day. No, it's not. It's on Dan Campbell, fellas. You could say
Goddamn Costa.
Za'Darius is a great player. Right now, the fit's not there or whatever he is. He said, we're good. He believes in this defensive end room. I don't believe this is how you should go about it. But Dan Campbell legitimately said we're good. It's on nobody else besides Dan Campbell.
He's also, Nick, he's not supposed to say on there, yeah, we really, really need his help. Like, have you seen the guys on our roster?
That is true.
Holy shit, we need help. Help me.
Yeah, you
like,
can't
he's
say
not
that.
supposed to say that. So I think his "we're good" has been taken out of context.
Way out of context.
And put in a different light. But ultimately, man, I just don't understand how this doesn't get done unless, like that boy Roy said, it, where it is something where you can kind of incentivize it and save a lot of money that way to me. But, like, other than that, it makes no fucking sense. You've seen it at the highest levels. Edge rushers determine games. Quarterback pressure determines games, determines championships. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And Burn with a Woodward Sports super
that
chat
shit
in
burn.
there. He says Davenport is going to be like Zorro out there in the NFC Championship game, held together with bandages and willpower. Believe. I mean, it's. I know that like you could still get it done with Hutch and a cast of nobodies, and you're getting Aleem McNeil back, and that is a possibility, but. You need Marcus Davenport to stay alive if you're not going to re-sign this guy, and that's not a bet that's going to pay out, or that'd be a bet that would pay out a lot of money.
I mean, speaking of the window, by the way, too, like we like Marcus Davenport when healthy. For
We
sure.
do, absolutely.
How long did he sign for?
1 year.
Oh, so like even if he has a good year, we have to pay him a lot of money they probably can afford.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, he's
It feels like we're not taking the window.
and so
seriously.
even them, they are not very confident in what he is going to be as a player because they only signed him for a 1 year, very incentivized contract.
Again, I'm really not trying to like crash out because again, it can happen at any moment.
Could happen at any moment.
But
I'm
it
not
just,
doing
it
it
just
until he
feels
signs
eerily
somewhere else.
similar to 2 years ago. And it's like we're just not taking the opportunity serious enough.
And they continuously just push this down the road. When did they take an edge in the draft, fellas? 6th round?
6th round.
Hassanin's hurt. I mean, like, that's not on Hassanin. Obviously,
No.
we thought he was going to be helpful maybe down the line a little bit, but
Yeah.
you're not expecting a 6th rounder to come in and be a very impactful player at all.
No.
Like, we got lucky that Mahogany is, like, turned up, coming into year 2 here, but
You got a defensive tackle in the first. I think how it sits right now, you needed Tyleek more than you needed an edge, personally, I believe. But
I mean, to start the season maybe,
You
but
could
like you
still-
had Aleem, so it.
you didn't have Aleem for the first
But
6-7
But you're
weeks
gonna
of
have
the
it at some
season.
point, though. So like,
Yeah.
I would say it was a need. That was a BPA situation. I felt like.
it seemed like it was a fit thing.
I think you can't dispute what they did with the first 2 picks because both of them are starters, and if you drafted a defensive end, he wouldn't have been a starter. But
But Aleem McNeil comes back, he's not.
Aleem McNeil does come back soon. Well, hopefully. Hopefully before Thanksgiving.
I mean, there's that too. Like when Aleem does come back, like
And DJ Reader's gone next year.
yeah, because you go look at the Eagles situation. Is Josh Sweat for damn sure? Then you had the 2 big defensive tackles, but like who really was the other guy? Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
They just rotated it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a big name guy.
It's
So you
that's
can
what I'm
sell
saying.
me on that.
The most if Hutchinson is healthy, you can get there and you can make things happen just because Hutchinson's there and you don't have. It's not like there are a bunch of bums under him, but Za'Darius Smith is a cheap option for good depth, and I think that's what every Super Bowl winning team should want and should have. Do you need 2 great edges? No. Is Za'Darius Smith this great edge that we're trying? No, he's not a superstar. He's not the Pro Bowl guy anymore. He's not the All-Pro guy anymore. But he's better than Agood or Tyrus Wheat. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking you to go sign another $40 million edge player. We're asking you to bring in somebody who is probably going to make under double digits or just at double digits a year to put a piece out there that has a pulse and that you can rely on in certain situations. Not to be Micah Parsons, We already got that.
Yep.
We just need somebody that we can expect to play more than hopefully a handful of games next year and actually have an impact.
Well, that was the thing, too. Like, he is elite at getting it to the quarterback. I'm not asking for him to be a 3-down guy. I'm asking for a guy and a fucking – what has always beat elite quarterbacks has been those elite defensive lines. Nick and I went over to the fucking last, I felt like 20 years of Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the common trait of Super Bowl champions was elite defensive lines that get after it. And if they weren't star-studded guys, there were guys that, like Za'Darius Smith, who once had it in them, that given the right opportunity in the right moment, he'd get after it. And, like, the way we're going to win a Super Bowl, which is how you win all Super Bowls, if you want to look at it that way, is truly through a team game. Like, we need to be equally balanced on both sides. Za'Darius will help you with that tremendously.
And if this deal ends up breaking down and they don't end up doing this and they lose Za'Darius Smith to somebody else, them missing out on Za'Darius Smith and Matt Judon, who Matt Judon only signed a $6 million deal, would be unacceptable. That would be unacceptable. Because you could say, oh, what if Za'Darius Smith signs for $15 million somewhere else? It's not going to happen. But if he does, you missed out on Matt Judon for $6 million a year. What's your excuse there?
Who you allegedly had interest in.
Who you had interest in. Who you started a dialogue with. So that would be the biggest one. Is I would find it hard to believe that Za'Darius Smith is asking for some ridiculous number or a ridiculous term. And if you allow that to pass while passing on a couple guys that you saw go, like a Matt Judon that you wanted and that you had a dialogue with for a very cheap deal, that would be tough. And the DJCI says Holmes can't force the guys to sign here. For sure can't.
No, he can't.
But I guarantee if you offer Matt Judon that same contract that he signed with the Miami Dolphins to come play for his home state, Detroit Lions, he would have done it. But you were probably holding out for Za'Darius Smith. So if that doesn't get done, that one looks worse.
In the same way we talk about like just the matchup of having to beat these elite quarterbacks with elite defensive linemen, like you do have to believe when push comes to shove, like a guy that was top 20 in sacks last year, yeah, he's not a star, but he is great at getting to the quarterback. It's one play in a Super Bowl. Think of like the Cooper DeJean pick 6. You know, that game just completely flipped because of it. You get to the quarterback, you speed up a Joe Burrow, a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes. You have a real chance of winning that game. They're going to do everything in their power to stop Aiden Hutchinson. You need a guy reliable on the other side. And to be honest, I'd be absolutely stunned if Marcus Davenport is healthy at the end of this season, ready to be that guy. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back, and we're going to keep talking Lions. But first, Burn with the super chat in there
Shout out.
says, who could we trade for that would restore faith? Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll get to – again, I'm not crashing out. I'm not freaking out.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just
Until
saying
he
I'm
signs
going
with
to.
someone, until he signs with somebody else, because he's going to play in the NFL this year. Hopefully, it's for the Detroit Lions. Let's
Yeah.
go to break.
I'm
We're
not
gonna come
crashing
back.
either. I'm saying like if it don't happen, I probably will. Because it feels like you're not taking this window seriously.